Hello again, fifth graders. I'm here for your lesson one. That first video was all about kind of getting your brain ready and your mind ready to go with this lesson. And now we're going to jump right into the first lesson. And the first lesson talks about recognizing the 10-to-1 relationship among place value positions. And I know you did this last year because I'm actually doing it with the fourth graders right now, right? Recognizing that as you go with the place values, you are increasing by 10 times as many as. And I'm just gonna, this is what I used for my fourth graders, but I do want to remind you of our place value chart. And I want to remind you that all the way to the left, we have the ones place, or to the right, I mean, the ones place, then the tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. And every time I move from one place value to the next, I'm multiplying by 10. So, for example, if I had 1 times 10 equals a 10, right? 10 times 10 equals 100. 100 times 10 equals 1,000. 1,000 times 10 equals 10,000, and so on and so forth. So every time I move from one place value to the next, I am multiplying by 10. So just to give you a little refresher from fourth grade. So after this lesson, you will be able to describe place value relationships in multi-digit whole numbers. So we're going to spark your learning. So on a road trip, Anna and her family stop at a ranch where bales of hay are being weighed. Describe the relationship between the two weights. How could you use the relationship to compare the weights? So we can see that here we have 50 pounds of hay. One bale is the same as 50 pounds of hay. And the bales we have over here is the same as 500 pounds. Let's see how many bales we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that makes sense, right? If I have 50 pounds with one bale, with 10 bales, I would have 500 pounds. So if I think about it, if I were to write this in kind of like a place value chart way to describe it, I know here's my ones, here's my tens, and here's my hundreds. And if I want to compare the two numbers, I know that one bale of hay is 50, 10 bales of hay is 500. And just like I just showed you, if I'm going up from one place value to the next, that means I am multiplying by 10. So 500 is 10 times as much as 50. I hope you remember that from last year. As you go up each place value, you are multiplying by 10. All right, now we're going to move to page 6. And we're going to build our understanding. So, Anna's aunt opens a savings account for her. Anna, her brother, and her aunt all make contributions. The amount of each contribution is shown. So we can see Anna's aunt, Anna's brother, and how much Anna put in. Complete the place value chart to show the amount of money that each person contributes. So Anna's aunt, how much did she contribute? Well, we can see that this bill is worth 100 and this bill is worth 100. What is 100 plus 100? Well, that would be 200. What about Anna's brother? How much did he put into the savings account? He had two $10 bills. So he had 10 plus 10. That equals 20. And Anna had two $1 bills. $1 plus $1 equals $2. So we want to talk about what the relationship is between the amount of money Anna's aunt contributes and the amount of money Anna's brother contributes. Well, again, let's look at those place values. Anna's aunt contributed $200 while Anna's brother contributed $20. So Anna's aunt contributed 10 times more money than Anna's brother. Anna's aunt contributes 10 times more than Anna's brother. Remember, all those place values, right? You go 10 times depending on the place value. So how does the position of the digit 2 change when the amount Anna's brother contributes is multiplied by 10? Well, we started in the tens place, right? And if you multiply this by 10, the 2 goes from the tens place to the hundreds place. So it's going to go to one place value to the left, or one place value bigger. Oh, not from, sorry. So it goes from the tens place and it transitions to the hundreds place. It's going to get one place value bigger, or one place value to the left. What is the relationship between the amount Anna contributes and the amount Anna's brother contributes? Well, I'm hoping you're seeing that Anna contributes 10 times less than Anna's brother contributes. Right? So she contributes less than Anna's brother. So in other words, she contributes 1/10 as much as Anna's brother. So instead of going bigger, instead of going from the 2 to the 10, now we're talking about how much they compare and going in the other direction. So we're going from the place value in the tens place, now we're going down to the ones. So it's going to shift one place value to the right. So you're going to go 10 times as many as when you go up, and you're going to go 1/10 of when you go down, or dividing by 10. Because 1/10 is just saying dividing by 10, right? That's another way to say dividing by 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you? Yeah, you can see that. Okay, let's turn, or not turn, but let's go to page 7. So now we're going to complete each column in the table. So if I have 700 and I want to go just one time as much, because this is 1/10, right? So I want to go one place value more. I'm going to go to 7,000. And then I want to go 10 times as much as 7,000, right? Because 7,000 is the number we're starting with. We want 70,000. So the number we're starting with is going to be in the middle. So I'm just going to write that here so that way we know that's where our middle point, our beginning point is. So now if I'm at 800 and I want to go to 1/10 of 800, that means I'm going to divide 800 by 10. So I'm going to go to the right one place value. So if I'm in the hundreds place and I need to go to the right one place value, right? I'm in the hundreds place. I'm going 1/10 as. I'm going to go to the right one place value. I'm going to go to the tens place. So my 800 becomes 80. Now I want to go to the left one place value because I'm going to go 10 times as much as. Right? I'm going to go up one place value. So I'm going to go from 800 to, I hope you're thinking 8,000. And then remember we figured out this number goes in the middle. So, and we can see that, right? 600,000, 10 times more would be 6 million. So if we're going to take 1/10 of this, we're going to divide by 10. That means we're going to go down one place value. So I'm going to go from 600,000 to 60,000. Now, an easy way to remember this is to look at the number of zeros in each number. And I know we talked about this last year. I remember talking about the number of zeros in each number. So if we're going 10 times as much column, the number of zeros, what happens to them? They increase by 1. Oops, sorry. My writing is going faster than my brain is going faster than my writing. The number of zeros increases by 1, right? You're going to add a 0 to the end of your number when you do 10 times as much as. When you have 1 times as much as, the number of zeros, look at it doesn't change, right? It's going to stay the same. And then if I do 1/10 of a number, what's going to happen to my zeros? The number of zeros is going to decrease by 1, or it's going to go down by 1. So when you're doing 10 times as much as, you're increasing by 1. 1/10 of, you're going down by 1 0. Adding a 0, taking away a 0. So let's check for understanding. There are 60 students on a school bus. 1/10 of the students are in 5th grade. How many 5th graders are there? Well, if we have 60 students on a school bus, remember, what did we say about 1/10 of? The number of zeros decreases by 1, or you're going to go down one place value. So 1/10 of 60 students is 6. So there are 6 5th graders on the school bus. Next, when 600 is multiplied by 10, so when we are going 10 times as much as, when we are increasing, we're getting bigger, how does the position of this digit 6 change? Well, the digit 6 is going to, if we're in the hundreds place, it's going to now move to the, I hope you said thousands place. So the 6 shifts to the thousands place, or 1 place to the left. It's going to get bigger by 1 place value. It's going to move over by 1 place value. What number is 10 times as much as 200? What do we do when we do 10 times as much as a column? The number of zeros increases by 1. 10 times as much as 200? We're going to increase the number of zeros by 1. So we have 2,000. I'm going to go up 1 place value. What number is 1/10 of 900,000? Well, the 1/10 of column, what did we say? The number of zeros decreases by 1. So the number that's 1/10 of 900,000, we're going to take off one of the zeros. So if I have 6 or 5 zeros, now I only need 4. So I went from 900,000 and I'm going to 90,000. So I went from the 100,000s place to the 10,000s place. All right, I'm going to go to the next page. This is our last page we're going to do on this video. Alrighty. So how do you know that 400 is 10 times as much as 40? How could we show our work? Well, if I'm going to use place value blocks, how many place value blocks would I need for 40? I hope you said you would need 4 of those longs, or 4 that are the 10. Right? These each are worth 10. So this is my 40. And then 400, what would I use to show 400? Well, I would need those flats, right? How many of the flats would I need? I would need 4 of them. So this would be 400. So 40 times 10 equals 400. Number 6. We're going to use the place value chart to describe how 800,000 and 8 million compare to each other. So let's first put 800,000 on our place value chart. Well, I know that 8 goes in the 100,000s place, and everything to the right is a 0. And then 8 million, right? We do an 8 in the millions place, and everything else is a 0. So how are we going to answer this question? Well, the digit 8 in 1 million, the 8 in the 1 millions place, is 10 times more than the 8 in the 100,000s place. So the 8 in 8 million is 10 times more than the 8 in 800,000. What number is 10 times as much as 5,000? Well, I'm going to be in my thousands place, right? And I want to do 10 times more. What do? I add a 0 to the end. So I'm going to go from 5,000 to 50,000. I went up by 1 place value. What number is 1/10 of 900? So if I'm going 1/10, remember I'm dividing by 10, so I'm going to go down one place value or remove 1 0. So my 900 becomes 90. I hope that's what you said or wrote. Number 9, attend to precision. Gavin has 30 stickers. Marissa has 300 stickers. Write a sentence that relates the number of stickers Gavin has to the number of stickers Marissa has. So who has more stickers, Gavin or Marissa? I hope you said Gavin. So Gavin has, is it 10 times more or 1/10 the number of stickers as Marissa? Well, if Gavin is less than Marissa, Gavin must have 1/10 the number of stickers that Marissa has. And finally, number 10. The answer to a place value question is 50,000. What could be the answer? Well, if we're thinking about 10 times as much as, we could say, what is 10 times as much as 5,000? Right? And the answer would be 50,000. You could also say, what is 1/10 500,000? 1/10 of 500,000 is 50,000. So that's the lesson, the first lesson, or lesson number 1. What I would like you to do is, after these colored sheets, there was that black and white sheet of paper. The black and white sheet of paper for lesson 1 is your homework. I would like you to complete the homework page, the front and the back, and I would like you to get it to school in some way, shape, or form. You could send it with your lunches, or somehow how you could get it to school, so that way I can check it over and see how you're doing, and then I will we'll be doing lesson 2 in a little while. Alrighty, I hope you have a great day. Bye.